The problem is we all build idols in our lives. Anything and anyone that is more important to you than Jesus Christ, it is an idol in your life. What about your husband? Wait a second. We don't want to talk about that. I wanted to go to church, so my husband said, I don't want you to go to church today. Okay, honey, you got it. Anything that gets in the way in between you and Jesus is an idol in your life. What about your wife, you man? Be a man, by the way. I really wanted to go to church and serve him, but my wife said I cannot go. Man, what a wimp. Keep that track. It's going to end on divorce. Because if you think your goal is to please your wife in this life, in your marriage, you are going to end up in the divorce court. I promise you that. Because that is not your calling, that is not your purpose. You were called and you were built to lead. But you have to man up and lead and have an honest conversation with your spouse and say, honey, I love you, but the Lord has put a calling upon my life on which I'm called not to reject it, not to subdue it at any cost. But what if she gets mad at me? Oh, she already is. What's the big deal? Please understand, Adam did not eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. He had it there all along. Before Eve came, the whole time he did not compromise. He did not compromise. He did not compromise. When did he eat of the fruit of the tree of the good knowledge of good and evil? When? When he came out of the hand of his wife. Woman, wives, are you causing your husband to compromise on the calling that God has put upon his life? Are you building him up or are you tearing him down upon the ministry and the call that God has put in his life? Because that is an idol in your life. And guys, if you're allowing your wife to do that, that is an idol in your life. Who we haven't offended yet? Hold on, one more thing. Your children can become an idol in your life. Well, talk to me about that one, Pastor Abraham. This will be the last time I'm here. Well, God bless you. You were here before you came. We'll be here after you go. But children can become an idol in your life. I wanted to do this. I wanted to serve the Lord, but the children have a bedtime. I was talking to my daughter. She is about to have her first child. We're talking about raising children. And I was reminding her, you need to build your kids' life around you and God's calling upon your life. Because from a very young age, you train them. They are the center of your world. They're not called to be the center of your world. You're supposed to raise them and train them in the way of the Lord. They are like arrows in a warrior's quiver, ready to be shot. And your job is to aim him and point him and pull out the string and let him go and let him accomplish what God has called them to do in this life. But if they're an idol in your life, if you put them above your relationship with the Lord in the service and the calling that God has put in your wife, in you, and in your ministry, they're only going to lead to disaster. But nobody tells you that, does it? Nobody wants to talk about it. Well, you need to know that. The best thing you can give your kids is not something that only a lawyer can settle after you're gone. The best thing you can leave your children is a living testimony of what it means to love and to serve the living Savior with your life, with your time, with your purpose. And you need to learn the lesson. What is an idol in your life? I wanted to be here early, but my wife would not finish getting dressed. Get in the car. You have the cars anyways. I'll see you at church, honey. You know what? They get ready like that. No, just wait for me. Put an curling iron inside of your car so they can finish the job in that way. That's a great trick. I don't know if you know if it works. It works. But please understand, idolatry will separate you from the Lord, from fellowship with his people. But there's always hope. In the book, in Ezekiel 48, it tells us that when Jesus Christ comes to reign, you know which is the first tribe that gets restored? The tribe of Dan are the first ones to come and bring tribute to the king. Listen, it's never too late. Get back where you need to be.